back. Episode 9, Unbelievable Behavior. We got a special guest in the building. You know what I mean? This brother right here is one of the best bartenders in the land.
Peace. In the world.
In the world.
In the world.
In the world, Creed.
In the world. You know what I'm saying? Let my man introduce himself.
Yo, peace, y'all. My name is Victor. Originally from Brooklyn. But you know, I'm a Raleigh nigga. I've been here for a minute. Like he said, I feel like I'm the best bartender in the world. I don't feel like it. I know I'm the best bartender in the world. I've been doing this for 15 years. After I graduated college, I was a bartender through college. After I graduated, wasn't sure exactly what I wanted to do, but I knew I had something good going with this.
Right.
Making a lot of money at a young age and wasn't realizing I was making so much money. And then I stuck with it.
That's dope, man. That's dope. You know what I'm saying? We got comedian Big Karta in the spot. What's the word?
Y'all, I can't call it, man. I ain't making no noise. Now I'm understanding the propaganda going on right now. See, because he from Brooklyn, right? And you from Coney Island.
Yeah.
Conspiracy.
Yeah, that's my man, 100 Grand Crown Heights. You know what I'm saying?
CON Conspiracy. I'm from Virginia. I got no ties, baby. Here by myself.
But now we gonna talk.
For sure.
It's a lot of positive things coming out of you, brother. You know what I mean? Just off camera, you was just talking to spiritual. You know what I mean?
Talking righteous
about the text on your own and all that. So you know we gonna get it all that. I definitely want to touch when you went over to the Caribbean. You know how that was. You know what I mean? But let's start from the beginning. You know what I'm saying? You say you from Brooklyn. You know what I mean? You relocated out here.
Yeah, I was in Brooklyn, wilding like a lot of us was.
Okay.
And I was 16. That's right when you can get tried as an adult. And my moms knew all the shit that I was into. So she ain't want me to get caught up because niggas started catching charges left and right. And it went from little juvenile shit to niggas actually getting locked up. So she had to pick me up, moved me out here to North Carolina. I was in denial at first, but it ended up being the best thing that could have ever happened to me.
Okay. So now when you touched down, right? What was that a culture shock for you?
Big culture shock, you know, because I come from an all-black neighborhood. All my teachers growing up in K through 12 was either black or Hispanic. I grew up in an all-black neighborhood. Everybody on my street was black. So, you know, I really never had a full conversation with somebody outside of my culture until I moved out of North Carolina. Little things like when you go into high school, you know, in Brooklyn, you going to school, you got to go through metal detectors. It take you about 15 minutes to get to your classes. I come down here, we get to leave campus for lunch. So, you know, I was like, wow, like, they trust us that much. But again, the culture shock in itself was seeing other cultures outside of black people. Very Afrocentric where I grew up. My grandmother was one of the originators in the NAACP section in New York. So we was heavy on the black culture and being Afrocentric. And then it was like, shit was weird.
Yeah.
Okay.
So when you got down here, as far as this culture shock, would you say it was more a slower pace, being that it's technically the South? Yeah,
you know, you have that cliche because, you know, like the other cliche in New York is things could change in a New York minute. You know, 'cause it's just like that. You know, you see something that happen, everything happening so fast, and they don't break down what it means by so fast. It's like, it's a lot of emotional decisions that get made instantly in New York, whereas in the South, things get drawn out a little bit longer. Not to make it all about, you know, negativity, but in New York, if you got beef with somebody, it's on site right then and there. Like that altercation really isn't leaving. I've seen beefs expand over a longer period of time down here. So that was one of the biggest examples of saying that shit was a little bit slower.
Yeah.
Okay, definitely.
And then, of course, the dialect, you know, New York, everybody's speaking so fast. And then come down here, things a little bit more slow pace. So, you know, it's crazy how in New York, you'll get bullied if you're not able to articulate yourself as quickly as everybody do. Like a new slang come out every other day in New York. And if you're not able to keep up with the slang, you can actually get bullied for not being able to keep up with shit like that.
That's a fact.
I ain't gonna lie, bro. The one time I went to New York, everybody looked at me like I had 3 heads. Like, I'm talking regular, which I thought I was talking regular, but they was like, "You so damn country." Bitch, I'm from Virginia. What you want me to do?
That's crazy.
I got Maryland in my blood too, but you know.
So boom. So now you out here, you moving to Shaker, doing the school. You end up going to A&T.
Yeah, and it wasn't even that easy because when I was in New York, I was really, really wilding. So I wasn't going to school that much. So after I graduated high school down here, I did my last 2 years, junior year and senior year down here. All my niggas went out to college, and it wasn't easy for me to just get up and go to college because, you know, my resume was looking crazy. My transcript part of me was looking crazy. I wasn't going to school like that.
Right.
So I had to go to a community college, and then they weren't talking about college prep in New York. Yeah. That's not a thing. For the most part, where I was living at, they wasn't talking about any higher learning whatsoever. So when I came down here and my friends changed, you know, I'm not with the same niggas. And after high school is over, everybody leaves. Now I got to analyze, what am I doing? You know, everybody's up and going to college, and I never thought about going to college. So now I'm considering it, and it's not that easy for me to just get up and go like that.
Just get up and go, yeah.
So I had to go to Wake Tech for a year and a half, build a GPA high enough to what I thought to get accepted into a university. Then I went out to A&T.
Okay. So out of this whole period, bartending was nowhere in sight.
Not necessarily. So I always had a job ever since I was 13. My mom wasn't having that shit. Like, I was always working. You know, growing up, I was super, super spoiled. My mom's had my little sister. She got sick, so she couldn't work as much. She was like, if you want all the fly shit that you want, you got to work. So I was always working. So when I moved out of North Carolina, I still had to pick up a job. So I was working at Wendy's for the drive-thru. After doing that for a little bit, I started being a host at Red Lobster. Okay. After I turned 18, I became a server. When I moved out to Greensboro, fortunately, I had a job waiting for me in Greensboro when I went out there.
Okay.
A&T is so ass backwards. When I went to A&T, they didn't have a space for me on campus, so I had to work full-time while I go to school full-time while paying rent. And this is all me leading up to like, I got to get to the fucking bag.
Yeah.
Now, when it came to the service industry, I always had a big personality. I genuinely love people.
Okay.
So when I was in school at the restaurant I was working at Carrabba's off High Point Road. They was like, do you want to be a bartender? It was like, we think you'll do great. Because that's how I started moving up in the service industry. After I was hosting, somebody was like, you're doing good. You could be a great server. I started serving, and I just kept moving up.
Right.
So that's how I ended up being a bartender. It wasn't my goal initially, but I love people so much. Right. I was like, all right, let me just keep on going up what I thought was a ladder in the service industry.
Okay. So, boom. So you're doing the bartending thing. A lot of people really think, like, with bartending, it's just mixing drinks. What's the science behind it?
Yeah, I'm unlike the majority of the bartenders because it may sound crazy. I don't give a fuck about drinks. Drinks don't matter to me whatsoever.
Okay.
No, bartending is all about how you make people feel. Because I have some really, really good regulars who gives me hundreds of dollars, and some of them will only drink a beer. Or some of them will only drink like vodka and water. So that's just to show that the drinks don't matter.
Right.
It's all about how you make people feel. I'm a vibe when I'm behind the bar. People come to my bar because it's fun. We in there laughing, joking, you feel me? I'm linking this person with this person, making connections happen and shit like that. So drinks are extremely, extremely secondary, if that. And some people put so much emphasis, and I respect, the mixologists, the ones who put the craft behind the drinks and making all these new things. But my art when it comes to bartending is the experience.
Okay. Definitely. So did you have to go to school? Was there additional training or?
So you don't have to go to school, but I highly, highly recommend it. I was already a bartender before I went to the school. So I was a bartender. I graduated college. I wasn't sure exactly what I wanted to do. So I was like, anything that I'm doing right now, I want to take it serious.
Right.
So I went to the bartender school so I can learn more. After graduating from the bartender school, since I already had experience, they fucked with me so much, they offered me a job at the bartender school. So I used to teach at a bartender school for about a year and a half. And from teaching there, it changes. It allows me to work at a lot of places. To break it down real simple for the people who want to bartend and they ask about bartending school, because I get this question a whole lot.
Right.
So you could take a person who's been bartending, let's say at TGI Fridays for 5 years. They think they got experience. You take them and you put them in a high-end place where you have to make craft cocktails and shit, they're not going to flourish. Conversely, you take a bartender who has been in a high-end place and you put them in a nightclub, which is high volume, they're not going to know what to do. So the goal to make a lot of money, because there's so much money to be made in this industry, is to be eclectic, to know so many different aspects of bartending so you can always have a job and have multiple jobs. So that's what I did when I went to the bartending school. I honed in on that knowledge and learned a variety of bartending. And when I was at the bartending school, I'm answering phone calls, I'm doing the technical shit. And I'm on the phone and people are like, yo, we want you to do this. So I was opening bars, I was doing birthdays and weddings and all of the shit just because my knowledge was so vast.
Right. So you had everything across the board. You could do anything. So I wanted to talk to you like somebody like comedian Big Carter. He's a comedian, right? So he do a lot of night clubs, right? Stand-ups. Like, how do you have to hold? Like, what kind of person you have to be as a bartender in that type of environment where it's like hostile? People yelling, yo, y'all, give me a long out. Like.
Man, that shit is not for everybody.
Well, okay.
I'm a people person, so that doesn't bother me whatsoever. You got to be able to control the crowd and don't allow the crowd to control you.
Okay.
Once people only do what you allow them to do. Of course, there's some people that's going to go outside of that. But once you have a presence and they feel how you're coming, people aren't going to disrespect you as much.
Right.
And then you treat people like they're fucking people, not like, I'm a bartender, they're a guest or a customer. Like, nah, dog, if you come to the bar, the same way I'm talking to you right now is how I'm going to talk to you at the bar. But everybody can do that. It's not for everybody, but for the people who have the patience, who could deal with people, I control the room again, and the room ain't controlling me.
Dope. That's dope.
I have a question. About to try to reveal some bartending secrets. So do y'all really be watering down the drinks just so people can buy more?
Not at all.
Okay, God bless you. Hey,
not at all.
Y'all, motherfuckers, stop that shit.
Yeah, well, I can't speak for all bartenders, but me, I'm trying to get everybody as lit as possible.
You're going to hell. See this man?
Nah, because it is a lot of stigma that, certain clubs across the country, they'll put E&J in the Hennessy bottle.
Facts.
Like, what's the dark secrets that, like,
Facts.
You know what I mean, that you have seen throughout your years? Be like, yo, y'all niggas ain't moving righteous.
Yo, honestly, son, and I'm not even trying to, that shit, I don't be seeing that, dog.
Okay.
And I've worked at probably over 50 fucking bars in my life, and this is all I've been doing through my entire adult life, dog, and I've never seen that happen. And I've been managing and running bars and all that, and that's not even a thought.
That sounds like that's only Raleigh, bro.
Yo, boy.
Oh, my good word.
I haven't seen it, you feel me? And I'm not even trying to, like, shine like, oh, no, we're not like that. I just haven't seen it.
Yeah, right, okay.
I ain't niggas be talking, but, everybody gonna have something to say, but that's not a thing.
Real liquor drinkers know, though. Like, we could tell the difference and shit, but it's like,
everybody say that, and then I be fucking their head up with certain shit, yo. That is a rumor, and it is not true. Y'all niggas stop thinking that that's happening because it's not happening.
Y'all niggas just tell them, just buy the top shelf, you'll know, man. Y'all niggas find that.
Okay, speaking of good questions. So speaking of, so when y'all go, when somebody go to the bar, they be like, yo, I want a margarita. Do you give them the top shelf liquor or you give them the house? So what's the difference between house shelf and top shelf?
So
like the house and then top shelf.
So to answer the first question, if you just come up and you just say you want a margarita and you don't specify anything, I'm not giving you top shelf.
Okay.
Because if I give you top shelf, for instance, I give you a Don Julio Reposado margarita, that very well can cost you like $25, right?
Okay.
And if you don't ask for that, and then I tell you got to pay $25 for a margarita, you're not going to be feeling that.
No.
Right.
So that's why, unless you specify that's what you want, I'm not going to give you that.
Got you.
They talking shit, still sipping. $25?
Yeah.
Hell no, I ain't paying this shit.
And I'm the type, you feel me? I don't tell people the price, you know, after they order. Like if you came up, like the bar I work at in Cary, our prices are outrageous. $75 for a shot of 1942. If you come up and you order 1942, I'm not gonna tell you it costs $75 because I don't want to.
Give me the 2024.
I don't want to disrespect you. You feel me? And I feel like I would be disrespecting you if I'm saying like, yo, you sure you want to get that $75? Some people would take that offensively, like, oh, you trying to say I ain't got it?
Oh, okay.
If you order it, I'm gonna give it to you.
So let me ask a question, right? As a bartender, right? You kind of go hand in hand with the law, right?
Mm-hmm. Sometimes
because it's like, when do you know when not to give a nigga like that's belligerent drunk another drink, or like, yo, bro, you're done here.
Yo, I ain't gonna hold you. I'm kind of like the worst at that. So like, unless you are really, really wilding out, shit. To make it even worse, unless you fucking up my money, where you making the people at the bar feel uncomfortable and they don't want to be around you, then you gotta go. But if you in there having a good time and you lit, boy,
you're gonna.
I hope the alcohol law enforcement, but I be getting niggas lit. Yo, when I was working at the club downtown Raleigh, I sold us for a minute. Yo, I guarantee you I'm responsible for the most pregnancies, for the most Plan Bs. Yo, I hate to say it, but niggas is drinking and driving. I'm getting so many stories of what niggas did after they leave the bar.
Speaking of sodas, for all the local niggas, what happened to that spot?
After, now we getting, it can get kind of political with that. So everybody shut down during the pandemic.
Okay.
And when they opened up, they reopened up with a different concept because they really don't want black spots downtown Raleigh.
Now that's a fact because you know that, or that's a fact because
I fucking know that.
Okay.
I know that.
Okay.
And the wildest thing is, the black dollar is the most powerful dollar there is. Black people spend more money at a bar than any other culture in the fucking world. You'll get, white people, whatever, they come up, they get their Michelob Ultra, maybe a shot of Fireball from time to time, and they're good. Black people, when we come up to the bar,
Hennessy.
I need 4 shots of Hennessy, 6 shots of Don Julio. Oh, fuck it. Let me get a bottle of Moet. Yes.
Right.
And I'm bringing that up because I guarantee if you look at the numbers of when there was a lot of black spots downtown Raleigh and they was making all this money compared to when they switch it up to, I guess you could say, non-black spots, the numbers are different, bro.
So let me ask you a question as a black bartender. How do you feel when you hear certain shit like a section of the city doesn't want your kind in there?
For example, Glenwood.
Man,
take your time, brother.
I can't say I feel any kind of way because it's natural for everybody to want their own people to do good. If you get what I'm saying, like,
okay.
And then I can't be mad at that. That's just how the fucking world works. That don't got to be racist. That ain't got to be prejudice. But you want black people to do, like, it's preference. So like, and that's fine. So if we know that's the case, don't let that stop us. Fuck downtown. And that's what people are doing. There's more spots that's coming up outside of downtown where people can come to enjoy themselves. If they want downtown to look a certain type of way and stay, more polished or whatever, fine. Don't let that stop us from, because we still gonna be here. Raleigh is ranked number 5 of the most successful black people in this country. If y'all really fucking care, get y'all money up, put it in a spot, and we'll have a spot. It don't all gotta be downtown.
Right.
But it is crazy for me to watch the transition from how downtown Raleigh used to be, because I've been working downtown Raleigh for so long, and I can name so many different clubs and bars that, so many different black people go to, and it's not like that. There's not one black spot on Glenwood or Fairville Street anymore. The last place I want to say was Mojitos, but that was more of a Latin spot, but
Yeah, Mojitos, yeah.
It's done after that.
Yeah.
But I can think back to like before the pandemic, so many different spots that I can think of.
Right. Now, you ever worked at the Links?
Nah, I didn't work at the Links.
Oh, okay. I know
Social?
Links was one of the...
Glenwood Social?
Glenn was, I didn't work. So the clubs that I was only working at Solus. And I was there for like 6 years. You know, I was the bar manager there, the lead bartender there. Solus was the biggest and most profitable club on Glenwood. So I'm like, I'm good right here.
Right.
So I got a question. So can you be booked for like different events? So say like, you know what I'm saying, a wedding, birthday parties, and things or whatnot. Mm-hmm. You have like a booking site?
Nah, yo. Because so I was a freelance bartender when I was working at the bartender school because it's a lot easier for me because I had the list of people I can do that for. Or they will call the school and ask me to do it. But in the most humble way, I'm so lit now that I get the phone calls from people that I don't even know. Like they're asking about like, yo, I got your number from such and such. They said you the illest bartender. Can you do this part? Can you do this party and shit like that? So I still do it, but I don't even have to go out there and look for these gigs. They just come to me.
Okay.
Or when they come to my bar and they enjoy my vibe again, they don't give a fuck about the drinks. They just like how much fun they're having at the bar. They was like, yo, can you do this graduation party? Can you do this party? I'm doing a mansion party next month. It's a mansion pool party. I'm doing another birthday party. Like, yeah, shit just be happening like that.
Yeah, that's what's up, bro.
So like when you do private events, like baby, let's say, yo, I need a bartender for a baby shower. I need a bartender for my wedding. Like what is like your
I'm charging $75 an hour plus the option to make tips. And that has to be a minimum of 5 hours.
Okay.
And I tell them that and they're like, done.
Okay.
Feel me? Like, you know, throughout the interview, I want people to know how much money is in this industry and why they should be doing it. Because most people don't know what they want to do until they're in their 40s. You know,
right.
A lot of people will graduate college and get the first job they can get because they just want to get a job and end up sticking with that job for a long amount of time because they don't know what else that they could do. Yo, you can bartend 30 hours a week and make $65,000 a year. It's not a lot of money, but if you think about the time compared to the money that you're making, bro, that's a lot of money in a little bit of time.
Right.
And you take the rest of that time to figure out what it is that you want to do. And everybody has ideas, they just don't have the capital to support it. Bartending can give you the capital to support whatever dreams it is that you have. Yo, what's the nigga who owned the Dallas Mavericks?
Talking about Mark Cuban?
Mark Cuban. So if you look at Mark Cuban's interviews, a lot of his interviews would say from bartender to billionaire. Mark Cuban was a bartender too.
Oh, he started out, but I didn't know that.
And
yeah, you told me something new.
And in interviews, Mark Cuban has said if he ever lost his billions, he know he'll become a millionaire again. Maybe not a billionaire because a billionaire requires luck, but he know he'll become a millionaire again because he'll start bartending. No, like
not to mention the high end clientele he got on the way as an owner too.
Boy, I can get even fucking deeper than that, dog. Like the first bartenders ever were black.
First ever. Bootleggers in the 1930s.
We're going back to slavery.
Talk your shit, brother.
We're going back to slavery
those
because
who don't know, man, for all my niggas in West Virginia that don't know.
in slavery, who was doing the cooking and the serving?
Right, the blacks.
Yes.
Black people.
Black people, yes sir.
So when it came to, cause you know they was drinking back then.
Right.
Got to.
Who the fuck you think was serving them? Black people. So then also the first people to get their freedom were black bartenders. Because they were getting tipped back then too.
Oh, okay.
So they, not only were they getting tipped back then, they also were the ones who were serving the white people. So they built the rapport.
Mm-hmm.
So like, I can't even list how many rich people I know all because of bartending, because I served them and I created rapport. Mm-hmm. So in slavery times, they was doing, and I learned this maybe a month ago, there's books out there talking about this shit. It's a real fucking thing. They'll read and research everything that I'm saying. Mm. So that's how deep it is for our culture. But that got taken away from us. And then even during those times where white people were bartending, they weren't making the drinks like we was making them.
Yeah, nah.
So they will put the black bartender. So you'll see old movies with the black people in the suits and shit like that.
Yeah. I was just watching Eddie Murphy joint. Right.
We was doing that. So, you know, I really want people to open their mind to this where you can make a lot of money in a short amount of time and figure out what you want to do. And if you do like bartending and you do it full time, the amount of money you can make is crazy. People like, I don't ever say it to impress anybody. I say it to impress the idea upon them. How much money I fucking make bartending. I feel like, dog, I'm so overpaid, dog. Because it's not work. I go in there and have a fucking good time.
You pretty much, in a sense, you're selling the vibe. Pretty much, you're selling a vibe, but serving drinks. You know what I'm saying?
So on a good night, let's compare you to like a stripper, and that, no disrespect, but what?
Nah,
on a good night, what is a night for Vic?
Not pocket watching enough.
Nah, not bro. I'm nothing high. Yo, a good night for me, dog.
A good Friday night, 4th of July weekend.
A good night for me where I'm like, yeah, I did it. It's $1,300.
God.
Cash.
Cash.
That's all tip.
All tip. 100% cash. You know what my license plate said? My license plate said mad tips, bro. That's all cash.
Crazy.
And that's not even the most. That's not even the most I've made. You know, that's just like I feel like that's a good night.
Good night. Okay.
You feel me? I'm so spoiled for bartending, making under $800. I'm like, damn, bro, I ain't even really come up.
But
like
also
that.
too, you into your craft as well. So it's like you said, just like me doing comedy, it's not work. You enjoying it.
Right. Facts.
You know what I'm saying?
And so many different, people say that it's not, like you said, it's not work if you love what you do.
Right.
I look forward to going to work every day.
Okay.
Because I ain't even talk about the years when, for like 3 years, when I was just smacking bitches left and right because I can. Because I'm a bartender. That's the perks.
Okay, let's talk about the perks.
Yeah, let's talk. Yeah,
I know you read through.
I know you done seen the titty or two. I know you done seen.
Boy, I done seen
What
it.
kind of advances they throwing at you, my nigga? What's going on?
Son,
I know she'll put the titty on the table.
I done seen the craziest shit ever. Not only seen, but been a part of the wildest shit ever. Bro, I control the vibe, and the women have to come to me.
Okay. Married women, single women,
It
fat
don't even
women,
matter. I was knocking down. Yo, dog, it was for 3 years. For 3 years. I was working at the Morgan Street Food Hall, downtown Raleigh, for 3 years. And those 3 years, dog, I ran through the most women I've ever ran through in my life. And I'm not proud of it now because now I'm detached from it. But sitting back, looking at it, son.
Right.
You're just like, shit.
Married women.
Dang.
Don't believe the hype.
Boy, I've had married women.
Don't believe the hype.
My
Married
nigga said
women, don't believe the hype.
I've had married women sitting at the bar with me and I can feel the energy. The moment her husband get up and leave the fucking bar, I'm
Trifling.
on her. Well, she on me, boy, and I'm wild and sending pictures, all this shit.
Where my cup at?
Yo, son.
Corn pop alert.
Yo,
Bitch, you unfaithful.
during that time, yo, bitches was not safe, right? And you have so much practice speaking to women because if you don't use it, you lose it. If you're not utilizing your communication skills, you're gonna fucking
Come
lose
on
it.
now.
Right.
So being that I'm
myself.
talking to women all day long, I was able to say anything and it will fly, dog.
Is it shit you would say that you would try? Like, I
Boy.
can't believe that shit worked.
Yeah, it's
Target practice. Oh
so
my God.
much. Something very simple where a girl will come to, well, I don't know this bitch from nowhere.
Yeah.
And I just walked up like, yo, what can I put in your mouth? And
Hey.
See, if I say that, I'm in Wake County.
and the crazy thing is, you would think that that's a wild thing. Yo, and they be with it. They be with
Don't
it.
ask me what you want to put. Let me loosen this.
So wait. So yeah.
Loosen this belt right quick.
So
Fuck a drink.
what's the stereotype with like when people they say, yo, people come in there like 11 o'clock and just get drunk? Is that really a thing when people come in there like midday?
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
But what? There's a bunch of alcoholics in this world, dog.
Okay.
And I don't shun them whatsoever because they're making me a lot of money. But
So that is true. People come through midday and
yes, every day. Every day. You're like, yo, where you getting this money from? But yeah, that's the thing. So that happens.
Damn, that's crazy.
It'd be the Fortune 500 heads for real. No cap.
Well, yeah, for the midday, for the midday traffic,
Let me get a martini. Neat.
It happens, dog.
All right, now since I said that, give these motherfuckers the terminology. So when I say I want a whiskey neat, what I'm saying?
Neat just means from the bottle to the glass. It's the sophisticated way to order a shot.
Okay.
You know,
All right.
saying I want a shot of whiskey and saying I want a whiskey neat is the same exact thing.
Yeah.
Just
It sound like
more sophisticated.
Yeah, it sound like you put, you know what I'm saying, putting 5 pounds of shit in a 10-pound paper bag. When the motherfucker be like, yeah, the whiskey neat. Bitch, just say, you don't want no ice, B.
Shit,
Like,
when we hear that, you know, as a bartender, if I hear you order a drink like that, that helps me think that you know something.
You know what
like,
you're talking about.
Okay, this isn't your first time at a bar. Yeah. A lot of people don't know how to order when they go to a bar. They just order from what they hear on music or shit like that.
Okay.
Yeah. Quick disclaimer, listen, if you're not a Hennessy drinker, don't do it.
So let me, okay, since we on the Hennessy, is it a stereotype that if your bar doesn't have Hennessy, it's trying to keep the blacks out?
Yes.
So that is a fact.
Damn, word?
You didn't know that?
No, I mean, I drink tequila, so I don't give a fuck.
Right.
Yeah, that's the real thing. Because, you know, more black people drink Hennessy than, unless you're in Europe and shit like that, because, you know, cognac is from Europe and shit like that. But, yo, do you know why black people drink Hennessy as much as they do?
No, educate us, please.
So, Hennessy...
Because I thought it was Nas in the Staircase, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Project shit.
It comes from that. But Hennessy was the first spirit company to start advertising in Jet magazine and, you know, these older black magazines. And shit
late 80s. I knew that.
Right.
Yeah.
You know, when you start look through the magazines, you'll see alcohol is advertised in there. Like, you have a whole page spread.
Right.
Hennessy was the first one to start doing that. And
All about Coke 45.
Jet and Ebony and things like that. Hennessy was the first ones to start doing that.
Oh, okay.
And Hennessy actually does fuck with the culture. Hennessy be giving back to colleges. You know, Hennessy got Nas. So but before, you know, Nas was a part of it, but like, we started drinking that because they were the first ones that actually promoted in these black magazines.
But hold on, pause game. Just seeing the podcast from the Hennessy Palooza niggas, and them niggas were saying like the higher ups in Hennessy they kind of stopped the Hennessy Palooza niggas because they didn't want blacks fucking with Hennessy. Is that any?
I don't know about that.
Okay.
That was, at the end of the day, niggas ain't making Hennessy. Like, you know what I mean?
No,
you know,
at all.
For it to be cognac, it has to be made in the cognac region of France.
Okay.
I don't think niggas is in the cognac region of France making it. So, like, okay, if they don't, I wouldn't doubt that. But I do know that Hennessy does fuck with niggas.
Okay.
So let me ask you a question, G. So it's a Friday night. Vibes is lit. Somebody coming out, they don't know what they want to drink, right? So they come up to you, be like, hey, you know, what's going on? How you doing? Like, what you want to drink? If they say, what would get me drunk faster? What is your drink? What's your go-to? Like, because I feel like every bartender has that.
I ain't gonna lie to you.
That off the hip. Like, you know what I'm saying? That arsenal.
I got one loaded.
If you come into the bar like that, bro, I ain't really trying to hear you. You know, I know that's supposed to be a part of my job, but I ain't trying to hear you because, like, I want you to know what the fuck you want.
Right.
Order it. I'm gonna make it, and we're gonna keep it high.
So you don't have a mixed special like
I do
this and that.
I do. I've been through so many different phases of bartending. There was a phase where I really cared about the drinks and the mixology aspect of it, and coming up with different cocktails and shit like that. So I got a bunch of drinks in my head. But now, I'm all about the money. So if he's,
I feel that.
So if he's slowing down, and the money and the people.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, I don't want to segue too much, but bartending allows me to do what I want to do as far as connect with people. You know, my purpose in life is to connect with people and spread the knowledge and information that I have, which we haven't spoken about, which we were talking about prior to shooting when we were talking about spirituality and things like that.
Right.
Bartending allows me to do that at a high rate. No other job can I make an impression on a person in 15 seconds and they'll remember me for the rest of their life. Like, somebody can come up and order a cup of water, and just because of the way I greet them or a small conversation we have, they will remember me for the rest of their life. That's why I'm continuously bartending now. So if you slowing me down and you don't know what you want, I'm going to do it. And I'm like,
over here.
They're like, yeah, what can I drink that's going to get me fucked up? A shot?
Drink?
Take the shot of tequila.
I'll be a dickhead. I'll be like, top shelf, bottom shelf, middle shelf, pick one. What can I do for you?
No, that's it. And it doesn't matter if people don't like you, but they can respect you.
Yeah. Because don't come up wasting my time. You know what I mean?
So what are some overrated alcohol drinks that us people think is lit, but it's not lit.
Talk your shit.
Yo,
Don't do it.
lately everybody been ordering fucking lemon drops with tequila, right?
That's for the chicks. I know a lot of chicks fuck with that.
A
Niggas
lemon
order
drop.
that shit too.
Niggas order lemon drop?
Yeah,
A
bro,
lemon drop with tequila is a margarita. Niggas don't know that.
Because they tried to put feathers on shit and call it a chicken.
That's exactly what yo. It's legit a margarita, yo.
So lemon
I'm not
drop
gonna
with
say
tequila
that.
is basically
It's a shot of margarita.
okay.
That's all the fuck it is, yo. And I don't know where that shit came from. But you know, people drink in fads. You know, right now tequila is a huge, huge thing, dog.
Right.
Niggas was not drinking tequila this much 5 years ago.
Where did the surge come from?
I have no idea, son, but that shit spread like wildfire.
Yeah, because everybody on Julio now.
Right.
And it's crazy because before Julio, it was Casamigos. Before Casamigos, it was Patron.
Patron,
Niggas is not drinking Patron anymore.
Fuck no.
Oh, that's a dub?
No, because Patron fake tequila.
I'm not gonna say nobody because of course, you know, there's somebody, there's still people that's drinking it. But as far as much as they was drinking it before,
Right.
niggas moved on for Patron. A lot of people was drinking Casamigos. The internet telling niggas Casamigo was fake. Don't drink. Now niggas ain't drinking Casamigo. Now it's down Julio. Niggas drinking fast, but I'm telling you, prior to 5 years ago, niggas was not drinking tequila like that, son. Remember, everybody was on Ciroc.
I ain't gonna lie, I was.
Everybody
Two
was drinking
fingers.
vodka, son.
Two fingers and hornitos.
Yo, I cannot remember the last time somebody came into the bar and said, "Can I get a Ciroc and pineapple? Let me get a red berry and cranberry."
Yeah, but we not drinking Ciroc.
Coco Loso.
No.
Yeah.
I heard that.
Yeah, niggas was on that heavy.
Heavy.
But see, we ain't drinking Ciroc no more, my brother.
Heavy.
We don't drink that no more, my brother.
Because ain't no telling what happened if you drink Ciroc now.
You don't get diddled. You gonna be on somebody's couch talking about bad boy, baby. Take that.
Yeah, son.
So wait a minute. So
The nigga took his shirt off.
So what's some liquors that you recommend? That's real good liquors. That's, as you saying, that's not fake liquors.
That you would drink yourself.
Yo, this may sound crazy, son. I don't even drink no more.
I was about to, I knew he was about to say that. I knew he was about to say it.
I don't even fucking drink no more, my nigga.
Cause you was a Henny.
I'm Henny crazy. Yo, I was a drinker.
Oh man.
Okay.
I mean, I used to drink before, during, and afterward. But that was my whole life. My whole life was fucking drinking, dog. And, you know, working and living downtown. So, like, I can get as drunk as I want and black out and then end up in my crib because I ain't got to drive because I live right up there and shit like that, bro. That was my life for a while. So
Right, yeah, for sure.
Now, I don't promote niggas not drinking. Please keep drinking. But yeah, so like, my nigga, I don't sit there and push any product on anybody. Now, if I get paid to do it,
right?
You feel me? Coromino or any of these new liquor companies come out and they're like, "Yo, you a lit bartender? Push my product." Yeah,
right.
I'm gonna push it, but bro, I don't give a fuck about none of that.
None of that.
Sounds like we need to come up with an unbelievable behavior liquor.
Yeah.
And it will fit the name, unbelievable behavior.
Yeah, because you drink that shit, you're gonna act stupid.
One drink it is, and you're gonna be unbelievable.
So I want to talk about your time when you went to the Caribbean.
Yeah.
Like at that point of your life, what made you make that decision to go down there? And how beautiful was it down there?
That shit was amazing, though. I moved to St. Thomas in the Virgin Islands, and I recommend all black people go to St. Thomas. Okay. That is the last piece of black land that we have in this country. It's 78% black people.
Oh, yeah.
All of the politicians, officers, everybody is black. You have to be from there to be in the political aspect. Like, so they're all black.
Okay.
But I moved out there, dog, because it's like a spiritual sabbatical. You know, I had to take a break from everything to heighten my spiritual understanding. I had so much amazing things going on in Raleigh, I had to detach from it. So, you know, I've been studying spirituality and metaphysics, law of attraction, things like that for 13 years.
Okay.
And I made a list of all of the things, you know, a vision board or whatever you want to call it, all of these things that I wanted to manifest. And they were all manifesting so fast, it got scary. You know, I wasn't even the same person because, you know, I'm from the streets and I'm legally making 6 figures, and I didn't know what to fucking do. It was all cash, and I was living in a high-rise condo, driving my foreign. I don't know if you remember, I had 2 bitches at the time. I was in a poly relationship.
Yeah, niggas in a poly.
I was in a poly, leaving the house like, bye, baby. Bye, baby. So it was so much.
I leave the house like Will Smith.
So
never no pussy.
It was so much. I know this sounds crazy, but it was so much going on that I was like, yo, I might need to detach from this. You feel me? And just go somewhere else. So I was in the crib and I was meditating. And I was like, self, where the fuck we going? I just need to get away. And this is when I was at the Sky House.
Okay.
And I was like, yo, go to the Caribbean. Because that year I took like 3 vacations to the Caribbean. So that was the first thing that was on my mind. I was like, I bet. Go to the Caribbean. So later on that night, I go to my homeboy crib. He lived right across the street in the PNC. So I go to the PNC building. I'm on like 25th floor just looking at the city and shit like that. I was like, yo, I think I'm going to the Caribbean. He was like, yeah. Where you going, to the Virgin Islands? I was like, yes. He was like, really? Which one you going to? St. Thomas? I was like, yes.
That was this shit manifested itself.
Just like that. Yeah. And then I moved out of the Sky House, sold all my shit. I was staying at my mom's for like 2 or 3 years to get 2 or 3 months to get everything situated to move out there. And I shipped my car out there. And 3 months after I made that decision, I moved to the Virgin Islands with no friends, no family, no job, no place to stay. It's a one-way ticket and all my shit.
So where was you staying at? Like a hotels?
So fortunately, this is how the universe works. You know, once you put your mind to something, the universe conspires to make everything manifest in your favor, if you believe it. So as soon as I got over there, a nigga that I was working with, he was my manager at the time at Solis, had a friend who was living over there and allowed me to stay with him. I was staying with him for 4 days. But on day number 4, I just could not stay there because he was just so negative and pessimistic, and I'm this positive, optimistic person. So I'm like, yo, I can't stay. I felt like I was going to do something to him.
Yeah, it was messing your energy up.
And I'm in the middle. I don't know where I'm at, dog. We living on the side of a mountain in the middle of nowhere, dog. The Virgin Islands is so small. If I pull that shit up on the map, you got to zoom in 3 times just to see this small little dot.
Damn.
32 square mile island. It takes you 45 minutes to drive around the entire island. I don't know where I'm at. So I moved over there with, a little bit of money. Money goes fast out there. I just had like 2 bands on my name. That 2 bands was gone within the first week. So after day number 4, I got an Airbnb. And I booked the Airbnb for a week. I had no idea what I was going to do. Boy, I'm legit on the side of the road with my furniture. I got a job the first day I was on the island. That's why I tell niggas to bartend, because you can go anywhere in the world and get a job. I got a job my very first day on the island. And a black dude see me because there's not that many black bartenders over there. Even though that's an all-black land,
right?
There ain't that many black. A lot of white people will come over there and capitalize off of this fucking dope industry, and I don't understand why niggas ain't doing it. So he see me on the side of the road like, yo, you the bartender I met the other day. And I'm like, yo, I'm trying to get to this Airbnb.
Right.
And he takes me to the Airbnb. Day number 2, I'm in the Airbnb. I met a dude that happened to be from North Carolina. He was like, yo, my mom's, she's the general manager at this resort. She got an opening up there, a room that you can stay in. I said, bro, I don't care how much it costs, where it's at. I need that shit. On the last day that my Airbnb was finished was the moving day for me to move on to a fucking resort. Like my stay over there was fucking magical, dog. And the culture of Caribbean people is extremely spiritual. They're all, everything's going to be all right, very eerie,
Right.
They're not in a rush to do anything. And then being close to the water, I'm sure that has a big impact on things as well. So things were just so magical and it was just flowing. I was over there for 1.5 years and it was the best 1.5 years I ever had in my life. Before I went over there, I knew that I can do, be, and have any and everything I desire, virtue my thoughts and my feelings. So I put it to the biggest test to move to a place where I knew absolutely no one, and I wasn't surviving. I was thriving, though. I was bartending on the beach. Bartending at a high-end place. I had a Lexus over there, so they thought I was the man.
Right.
Drinking and driving is legal. Drinking behind the bar is legal. I was, on my days off, I'm island hopping.
Okay.
It was wild. So I met some Rastafarians who study this shit for real, and I'm just 3 o'clock in the morning smoking a spliff, overlooking the water, just talking about spirituality.
That's beautiful.
Now, do you still have contacts with the people that you met?
I got a couple of people back there, but I don't really talk to them like that. And there's nothing against it, but like, you know, they told me when I was in the Virgin Islands, like, yo, when you move back to the States, you would think that you would talk about the fact that you lived in paradise.
Right.
But I don't talk about it at all. Now, it still affects me in my communication because it's different being a black man from America living over there. You know, they don't know anything about racism over there. All they know is what they see on TV.
Oh, yeah.
Because this is their land. If somebody from another culture comes to that land, you have to watch your mouth.
Facts.
I was a bartender able to talk to people like, yo, you need to watch what you say to me because you might not make it back to your room.
Oh, okay.
The taxi drivers, yo, I've been in situations where I was wilding on my Brooklyn shit and they call security and the police on me and the white people. And when they get there, security and the police, they come up to me like, you okay? Everything safe? They ain't tripping on what they say. And they was like, nah, you got to get out of here. I don't want here, but...
Got to go down there, brother. I'm trying to call some ruckus he hit me.
So that changed the way that I started communicating with people when I came back to the States because I had that experience.
Okay.
So we was talking about spirituality and things. With you bartending and now you say you don't drink anymore, what keeps you grounded? Like, what keeps you here? Like, you know, without losing self, with, you know what I'm saying? Because you're in a hostile environment in a way, you know what I'm saying? Every day, different type of vibes too, different type of energies, different attitudes, all of that. Mm-hmm. What keeps you centered? What keeps you grounded?
The knowledge that, you know, people say the cliche things like you reap what you sow and karma, what you put out is what you get. So if you know these things, if you know that when you're positive, you get positive situations and circumstances. And when you're negative, you get negative situations and circumstances. Since I'm so aware of that, I only want to move that way. Now, it takes work every single day. You know, affirmations. I feel like everybody should be doing affirmations every day. That's legit. 2 minutes out of your day, they can change your entire life. Just affirming who you are, what you want to do with how you feel. You do that every day for 2 minutes, your life will be completely different. So that's what keeps me grounded. The truth is what keeps me grounded because this isn't belief. There's flaws in beliefs. Yeah. The truth is universal. So it doesn't matter what a person tells me and shit like that. I'm able to touch the evidence of my manifestation. I can say to my face is blue, you can do, be, and have anything you desire. The law of attraction allows you to manifest everything, virtue your feelings, and all of these different spiritual shit. But if I wasn't able to touch it, then it wouldn't mean anything. Like, yeah, it sounds good, but practicality is everything. I'm practicing these things and reaping the benefits of these things. So since I've seen it happen so much in my life and the lives of others and all of these great thinkers and the history, all these, you know, theologians, psychologists, everybody is saying the same thing. So since I know it to be true, I practice that shit every day. And I put that energy and attention to it, so I don't need anything else.
That's righteous.
That's dope. Well, before we get out of here, I see you trying to start up a bartending school?
I'm opening up a bartending school.
So let's talk about that real quick. So how we doing that?
So I've been telling people for the longest to become a bartender for all the reasons that I was telling y'all before, like, yo, y'all can make a lot of money in a short amount of time, figuring out what you want to do. And I was sending them to a bartending school because I couldn't teach them. I don't have the time to take you through the whole course, the 40-hour courses that it normally requires.
Okay.
So I told one person after all of these years, like, yo, go to the bartending school. He's the only one that actually did it. Okay. He goes to the bartending school. Turns out everything is online. He didn't go to a brick and mortar classroom and shit like how I was. He's like, yo, all the classes are online. So I'm like, yo, why am I sending people to a school and it's online when I can do this myself?
Fact.
Well, I can just record this content. I've been working at the bartending school for a while, so I know the whole curriculum. I know the lectures. I know everything. So why not do that myself? and allow people to get this knowledge and do it. You know, I do benefit from it as well because, of course, I'm going to be selling the course, but it ain't even about the money that I'm going to be making off of selling the course. It's about people getting this information, being more in control of their life if they don't know what they want to do and make this money.
Got you. So let the people know where they can follow you and that. So, you know, niggas is in tune.
So my personal Instagram is my name, Vic Vinson, VICVINSON. I put a bartending lifestyle content up there so y'all can see like how these lit bartenders are actually living.
Okay.
I have the Instagram for my bartender school, which is The Best Bartender 919. And the courses will be dropping real soon. I'm in the process of recording them. I have bars that I'm shooting them at so I can get all this information out. But those 2 social media outlets is what you should follow right now.
Okay.
Before it gets big and you can just see it advertised everywhere.
Got you. So, give us one drink that me and Carter should have this weekend that you recommend.
I recommend, and you ain't gonna get this drink at just any fucking bar. Go to a bar that, you know, is semi-nice, not like a hood spot, not even just a hood spot, not a sports bar and shit like that. You know, a nice establishment, a mint julep. And it's a very popular drink in like Kentucky Derby, but I learned that it was a black person that actually came up with the drink. Just like if you knew that Jack Daniels, they stole that recipe from a black person.
Oh, I didn't know that.
If you go to the liquor store, there's a whiskey called Uncle Nearest.
Yes.
Uncle Nearest.
Yes, sir.
Uncle Nearest is a black person who gave Jack Daniels that recipe. I think it was his granddaughter who sued and won millions of dollars because a black person gave him that recipe. So I'm just saying,
the more you know.
That drink, a mint julep, from what I learned, was engineered by a black person. So like, that's what I'm gonna recommend.
Mint julep. Got you.
Okay. For the first time, my man put me on to, you said to Kentucky. I had a Kentucky Mule.
Mm-hmm.
That's my first time.
So Moscow Mules was a phase 2 where, you know, that's vodka, ginger beer, and lime juice.
Ginger beer, yeah.
And, you know, a lot of people drinking them, so they started coming up with different variations of Moscow Mule. Moscow Mule is called that because vodka is very popular in Russia. So that's the Moscow Mule.
Right.
So then they got the Kentucky Mule. Some people be having a Mexican Mule and shit like that.
Okay.
That Mexican mule sound like your shoes missing.
You're wild. But yeah, I had the Kentucky Mule for the first time. That shit was all right. Definitely like, you know, with the ginger beer and shit.
Where was his Kentucky Fried Chicken? I'm just playing.
Yeah, but I really hope that people open their minds up to bartending, especially because, again, most of us don't know what the fuck we want to do, and that's okay. You know, we're not gonna have it all figured out. So why not have fun, make money, and have time to yourself while you're figuring out what you. And I'm not advertising like I want niggas to work for me. I want niggas to do this for themselves. And when I want people, you feel me? Any and everybody. I'm not racist. I want anybody who doesn't know what they want to do to consider it, just so they can make this money. And a lot of people, the bartending culture is getting bigger and bigger, and a lot of people are wanting to become bartenders now.
That's crazy. Yeah, I remember back in the day, man, a nigga that we used to chill with, he actually went to school to start it. And this is like 07, 08. And the nigga dubbed it like after the first day. And I remember looking at him, nigga, like, yo, why you do that? He was like, no, it's too much hostile environment. I want niggas yelling at me and shit. And I always talk to my man Jones. I was like, yo, if this nigga would have went through with it, where would he be at his life? You know what I mean? Because he was starting in 07, 08. So I was just like, damn, you know, a lot of times niggas be missing out on blessings.
Yeah, for sure.
I was like, damn, son. But yeah, that's dope. That's dope, man. Yeah. Bartending schools. I didn't know nigga Mark Cuban was a bartender.
Hell no. You dropped a lot of gems on us today, Jack.
Yeah, I didn't know that. That's dope.
For sure.
But you know we got my man Vic here. Let them know. Matter of fact, let them know where they can catch you at behind the bar.
Oh shit! You wanna come see me and have a good ass time, get lit with the vibe? So I'm at I have my own bar in Cary at Sports and Social,
okay,
which is in Fenton. When you walk in, I have my own bar lounge to the right. I also work at Terminal 8, which is a lounge off of Avon Ferry across the street from NC State.
I've heard about.
And whenever y'all traveling in and out of the country or state to state, I'm in the airport early in the mornings from 7 a.m. to 2 p.m. at Crawford's Craft and Terminal 2. So yeah, I'm behind the bar 7 days a week.
Definitely.
So it's just easy to get
to it.
Y'all be amazed what 7 days a week of bartending actually pays out to.
Get a drink with my man. Make sure y'all sign up for the class. You know what I'm saying? It's unbelievable behavior. Welsh to God. We out.